Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Partly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible. 77 the high. 64 downtown. We were just discussing what would happen with Jim Harbaugh took the team, the Michigan Wolverines, to Italy.
Yep, pretty amazing. I mean, what a bonding trip. He goes to Rome.
Yeah.
They're going to Vatican City.
Yeah,
it's awesome. He and some other players are going to. I mean, they were going to sit through a papal mass.
Yeah, they gave the Pope a helmet and some shoes. Yeah, we were discussing what happens to those. The Jordan-branded shoes. Does the Pope wear them under a robe?
He might. I guess it's possible. And then he'll immediately give them to somebody on the street. And I speculated that he would immediately flip the helmet over, fill it with soup, and give it to an urchin.
Except, what a cruel
because that's kind of what the Pope does.
The helmet
has drain out.
Yeah, they have holes in them.
Eat it fast, son.
Yeah.
Take the picture quick. Now get out of here. But
the holes heal though once it gets blessed. They know how to do that.
Before I quit on the young
miracle.
Pope.
Yeah. That's how he's going to be a saint.
Yeah.
Before I quit on the young Pope, there was a scene in that where he goes
That was also before I quit, yeah.
The vaults where they have, golden crucifixes and all these things.
The ancient Roman artifacts.
Because one of the plot lines was he wanted a facility set up to keep the gifts given while he was Pope.
Yes.
He wasn't going to just leave them there like other popes.
Nope. That he wanted them. And now that show, I don't know why. I just couldn't take it. It didn't seem to go anywhere.
It was
nobody talked about it.
And about the time there was a kangaroo running around, I was like,
that episode.
I was like, this feels like John from Cincinnati. And I stuck with that, and that was a big mistake.
I couldn't be happier that I gave up on it. But that's what I imagine. I imagine, 100 years from now, there are all of these things, from all over the world, from all ages, and then whoever the Pope is at that time comes to this shelf and sees a helmet and shoes.
And
in 500 years.
Yeah.
What is that?
What the hell is it? Throw these out.
Yeah.
Shoot these into space.
Or you're going to
see, which is really easy right now.
See the helmet and shoes on a poor kid in Honduras.
Or that.
I think that's more likely.
That would be fine.
I think that is more likely.
Yeah.
Dispatch a sister to give these to, a village.
So did I hear, Justin, you said prisoners are going to play against Calvin in basketball? Is that what you're...
Did?
There is a video that says that they're trying to set up seems like a system for prisoners.
That says getting college degrees.
Yeah. Did you think that meant basketball? Prisoners pursue Calvin college degrees?
No, I saw them playing basketball.
With against each other or just in the prison yard?
Oh, my God.
Because Justin said, oh, wow, Calvin's going to play some prisoners in basketball. And I'm like, wow, that sounds like a neat story. Let's play that.
Do you just try loving basketball so much that you turn everything into a basketball-related story?
Okay,
turn this up. You say that.
Turn this up. Let's hear this story that Justin said is about
I can't
prisoners playing basketball against Calvin College.
You'll push that button or I'll cut your finger off.
Part of the educational experience at Calvin College. So tonight they played a kind of road game at the Richard A. Hanlon Correctional Facility.
Here we go.
There you go.
In Ionia. WCCM 13's Phil Dawson is here now to explain what one has to do with the other.
Well, Calvin now has a bachelor's degree program at the prison with 40 inmates enrolled. The basketball game between former Calvin players and prisoners was organized to give students behind the bars a college experience and build on the positive impact corrections officers say the Calvin program is having on prison life.
And it allows some Calvin students to meet some former Hope students.
Do they get the tuition for free? Because that might be worth going to prison for a lot of people. Calvin's super pricey.
Yeah, I don't want to go to jail, but I want to pay for college way less.
Yeah.
They may be inmates at the Richard A. Hanlon Correctional Facility, but some are Calvin College students, and their professors want to bring as much of campus life behind bars as possible.
This basketball game, we have taken the approach with our program here that these are Calvin College students, and we want to give them as many of the experiences of any Calvin College.
Yeah, we don't want them to dance.
Hank.
Calvin can dance. Cornerstone just got on that bandwagon like 7 or 8 years ago.
That's right.
I didn't think Calvin was way out in front on that one, though, either.
Years ago, Calvin and the prison formed a partnership. The college would create a branch campus inside the correctional
I'm not sure
facility.
based on the jerseys. Is the prison team the one with all the black guys, or is that Calvin?
I think it's both, based on this story.
Enroll 20 inmates per year and offer them a bachelor's degree in ministry leadership.
I didn't think
In exchange for them sewing our sweatshirts.
I thought out of the whole 40-some thousand people at the MDOC, it's a lot of guys like me, but I was one of the lucky ones.
Our goal here is to offer a BA in ministry leadership in a prison in Michigan with the hopes that our graduates will then go out, be put in different prisons, different facilities, and they can have a significant impact.
It teaches leadership. It shows.
It's pretty great. It really is.
It is,
All
yeah.
dumb jokes aside.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but is that the only degree you can get? You have to get a ministry leadership bachelor's?
Yeah, they want to pay it forward.
Yeah.
Guys to be leaders inside the prison.
Leaders say enrolling inmates into Michigan's only bachelor's degree program for prisoners is already having a positive impact. It benefits the students, the Calvin faculty, the prison, and they say society.
Do you want them to come home with an education and a trade?
No,
where
I
they can
love
take care of
recidivism.
Right.
It helps society.
Yeah, it's good for business.
themselves?
They've become like fellow students to me. They work incredibly hard.
They've shown me about what it's like to have nothing.
Jeez, this guy is separated at birth with an actor, and I cannot picture where I've seen him. He looks exactly like somebody. It's driving me insane.
They've shown me what hope now looks like.
Burt Reynolds?
Along with the Calvin degree program, inmates at Hanlon can also enroll in vocational educational programs. They call it the vocational village, and because it's a privilege they can lose for disobeying the rules, corrections officers say misconduct at Hanlon is way down in the student housing areas.
I think that's awesome.
It is.
I really do. It's what we need.
Yeah, it's
what we
trying
need
to make
more
changes
of.
the right way.
Yeah.
It really does seem like it. This is actually also a great story. A vet trying to continue to help other people that he served with that he didn't even know.
All new at 7 tonight. It's a 92-mile trip from the Grand Rapids area to Cadillac, and a group of U.S. veterans plans to make that trek by foot. They're doing it to change this alarming statistic. Suicide kills 22 veterans every day. Marvis Herring sat down with the Marine veteran behind the 92 for 22 event.
This is where the walk begins Thursday morning, right here in Comstock Park. But even if you can't make it to the event, the veterans I spoke to say there's still big steps you can take in the deadly fight against PTSD.
Get ready for this 92-mile hike.
For months, U.S. Marine veteran Bart Gramick's been training and planning for Thursday's walk from Comstock Park to Cadillac. Though the sun rays sparkle outside his Coopersville home, featuring cheerful chirps from the birds, Gramick's seen some pretty dark times, including the day he joined the Marines, September 11th, 2001.
We had people running in saying, planes crashing the towers. And a lot of us thought that, we were watching a movie on TV.
But 9/11 didn't
I still marvel with awe and respect for the guys and men and women who saw that and went,
yeah,
I'm in.
Yep.
And we meet them all the time. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's on. I'm joining now. Today.
Incredible.
His commitment.
This is the first tour in Iraq.
He served multiple tours overseas, but he's been fighting a new battle since coming home.
PTSD is real. It's a demon. It's not that the individuals don't want to let go of the demon. It's more of the demon not letting go of the individual.
Gramick admits that demon sometimes catches hold of him, but he knows the effects of PTSD are no match for one person. That's why he's hoping to spread the word to vets that they're not alone.
A lot of these veterans, they come home, but they don't come home. Their mind is still back there. There's a stigma about it that when you have PTSD, you're broken, and you're not.
Like most vets, Gramick's got plenty of unfading, enjoyable memories from his time serving this country. But with the good sometimes comes bad, triggers of familiar smells or sights or sounds that could easily set someone off.
Like when we're washing a Humvee, a toothbrush.
The solution he's hoping to promote is twofold: vets being open to help and loved ones being flexible when someone returns home.
With myself, it's about denial. You're fine. You keep telling yourself fine until the the camel's broken back, you know, until you
Although
can't take it in.
He mentioned there, Marvis mentioned something about, and obviously he's trying to raise awareness for it. It's not just the vet who comes home and they're dealing with what they're dealing, but oftentimes the family is unprepared for everything else too, reasonably so.
It's
because who has
everything has
experience
changed.
with that?
Yeah.
Anymore, and then you actually try to go seek help. And for some individuals, it's too late at that point, you know. These individuals cannot be forgotten, you know.
In Coopersville, Marvis Herring, 24-Hour News 8.
Yeah, man, they've seen stuff that, I mean, no one who hasn't been over there or through that can't even imagine.
Right.
Like you have, you know, a living nightmare.
No, I can't imagine
in some
that.
cases.
So that goes down. That starts Thursday. We let it go. Let's see if there's a website or anything that they reference.
Now you can participate in this walk for veterans. Meet at Dwight Lytle Park at 7:15 in the morning Thursday. That's located in Comstock Park. The group plans to hit the White Pine Trail by 8:30, and then they'll arrive in Cadillac Sunday afternoon. There are shirts and hoodies for sale, and we also have a link to their fundraising page on woodtv.com.
Nice.
That
Good
is
luck
great.
to them. That is great.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I think so.
A lot of good stories.
It was.
Yeah.
97.9 GRD Rocks.